Black Alpha Network, home of black excellence.
Lee Wen allegedly fired through his front window. The bullet went in Kobe's arm and out the other side. Did it hurt?
Yes.
You point to it? Show us where it's at.
Right now, he's not even processing exactly what happened. You know, he don't realize how close he came to not being here. But I realize it.
29-year-old Lee Wen is charged with assault with intent to murder. He's apparently had issues with neighbors in the past, and this time, Dad Arnold suspects Lee Wen was mad. Kobe's bike was in his yard.
What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? All of the above. I'm Black Alpha 6. This is the Black Alpha Network. Welcome to, I guess I gotta say, a special turned up episode of the Black AlphaCast, because we gonna go all the way the fuck in today. Trust me when I tell you that. Because this shit is real out here. It's gonna be a certified summer like we said. We said we was gonna push it down. We was gonna make our impact. So let's do the damn thing. Bang that subscribe button. Bang that share button, spin this all the way around the world. Let everybody know it, because we and this Black Alpha thing we got going, and I say we gonna keep catching fire because we are on the motherfucking rise. Now y'all know this would not be Black Alpha 6, this would not be the Black Alpha Network if I didn't start off by saying I send out a salute to all of my brothers, sisters, kings, queens, the goddess, and the gods. Please do me a favor and buckle up your motherfucking seatbelt, because this episode right here is about to be a hell of a ride. We gonna stay thorough, we gonna keep it authentic, black first, black only, just black, everything black, you black, I'm black, mama black, daddy black, every motherfucking thing. And by the end of this video, they gonna know what B1's about. No half-stepping by any means, only results, because there's only one way to go, and that's all way, straight to the max. Let's talk about these P.O.C. race soldiers. Yes, P.O.C. race soldiers. If by now you haven't heard about the story of this young boy, and his name is Kobe Daniel, and this P.O.C. race soldier, Ryan Lee Wen, or whatever the fuck his name is. If you haven't seen that by now, that's going all across black media. And black media is the only people who cover this, like always. Because remember, if it's something bad that they can say about black people, national news coverage. If it's something bad that happens to black people, silence. And when I say silence, I'm not just talking about the media. I'm talking about politicians. I'm talking about in the sports world, you know, all those athletes that walk around here talking about this group matters, that group matters, them over there matter, cats matter, what about dog lives, all that shit. When something bad happens to us, hush, hush. When the politicians come out and they say, we need to stand up for black people and we need to stand up for black rights, and they give us all those little symbols and pacifiers and gestures, when real shit happens to us, silence. Because remember, they only give us stories that they can play with. You know, they never give us things that are clear, cut, and obvious. They don't do that shit. They only give you stories that they can mess around with. They can turn into fake debates. Was Marquise walking home? Did Shaniqua grab her phone? We don't have any cameras. They love them fucking stories, because then they can have us on that treadmill. They can have us running in circles. And then Ben Crump can come in and give some bullshit argument. Well, we don't know where it was, but he grabbed his phone at 12:22, at 12:35. Man, fuck that shit. They play them games on purpose so they can give you the runaround. Runaround means stall. Stall means no results. No results means no liberation. No liberation means black folks stay oppressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how they walk you down the motherfucking street. And that's what they're doing with this story. Black society, black media has pushed the line on this story for real. And there's a lot of other stories that we push the line on. Pretty much anything that goes on with us, we are the ones who take it to the forefront. Because they'll never volunteer to cover some shit that goes on with us. They'll make up some shit and cover it. They'll make up a complete fabrication, a complete lie, and pump that shit all around the world. Black folks are doing this. Black folks are bad. If it's a black folks is bad story, they'll have that shit on ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, all day long, 24-hour coverage. They do that shit on purpose. But if it's something about black liberation, black positive vibes, black oppression, things where black folks are fighting back, they'll manipulate it, twist it, turn it, or they'll just get silent. Media blackout. Oh, trust me. Half the stories that you hear about to go on with us is because us are the motherfuckers who made something out of it. They never will. They have the privilege of silence. And they're trying their best to silence this story. Oh yes, they are. So shout out to Certified Black Society. Shout out to everybody in black media. Shout out to just black folks who are sharing this story. Black folks who are talking about it, discussing it, and pushing that motherfucking line. Because we're the ones who are making something out of this shit. Because we're the only ones who gonna do something about it. It's no coincidence that the same motherfucking people that are the only ones talking about it are the only ones who can go do something about it. Regulate. Regulate. I say that one more motherfucking time. Race regulate. It's our story, it's our life. We cannot rely on them to ever talk about it. We can call it out, we can check them, we can say whatever the fuck we want to say, but at the end of the motherfucking day, it's on us to go protect ours. It's on us to go handle our fucking business. And we're gonna handle our fucking business right now on this Black AlphaCast. If that wasn't one hell of a motherfucking intro, I don't know what it is, but I told you, I'm turned the fuck up. Why? Because this story deals with young black people. And that's what gets me the most. That's what hits me in the motherfucking chest. I can handle a lot of things. You understand? And this struggle that we deal with, and we out here doing God's work. We out here doing real powerful work. The one thing that gets me is protecting the youth and setting it up so we don't do to this next generation what the previous motherfuckers did to us. You know? So like, we march with Martin. Pick up your pants and pay child support. They not all bad. Turn that rap music off. Good trouble. Fuck that, dog. Fuck that. Nah, bro. I'll never live that shit. And I'll never go down that lane. Never, never, never. And I won't give these falsehoods and these false narratives to the young youth. And I damn sure won't have no P.O.C. race soldiers out here shooting at them through windows, pulling sledgehammers on them, following them home when they got iced tea and some Skittles, shooting them in their back at a convenience store, choking them, shooting them in the hallway, shooting them in front of their kids after they said they had a gun in the glove department and a damn gun permit. Yeah, remember all those stories. Remember every one of them. I didn't just make those up, but I said it all for a reason, because there's one thing in common with every one of those stories. Going back years ago, coming up all the way to this year with the Kobe Daniels situation. They were all done, performed, and executed by a P.O.C. race soldier. Let me say it one more time. I said a P.O.C. race soldier. And they're out there. They've always been out there. It's just nobody wants to talk about them. It's that hush, shh, silence. That fake race bubble that I was just talking about. But unfortunately for them, they got some certified Black Society B1 Brigade Foundational Black American BAN on their neck. And they can't run. And we're going to break them all the way the fuck down. One by one. Case by case. Study by study. So if you're with me, B1s, let's go. This situation occurred, I want to say in Michigan. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. And that's a Democratic ran state, by the way. Seems like it's always the case. And matter of fact, these P.O.Cs seem like they're always going down in some Democratic ran place. You know, because supremacy works on both sides. A lot of those Republicans, they tell them we don't want y'all P.O.Cs here. They're not friendly to P.O.Cs. They represent that old stay away from me, let's just do it all W style fashion racism. That's what they represent. Trust me, I was just driving through some places in the South and I don't see no P.O.Cs around. But I'll tell you where I do see them. I see them in a lot of Democratic ran states, Democratic ran cities, towns, counties. And when you see them, you notice one thing for sure. They don't fuck with black folks. They stay clear of black folks. You name me one area where you see a P.O.C. and a black person and they come to us and they hang out with us and they mix with us and they intermingle with us. You don't see it. You see they be on their side of town. We be on our side of town. There's no friend, buddy, none of that shit going on. It's always us extending an olive branch, us extending our hands, us extending friendship, and them saying, no, we're going to stay over here on our side of town. But I tell you who they do reach out to. I tell you who they do want to make good relationships with. Those are your good old W liberals. They love being cool with them. Oh yeah, they'll be real tight, real tight. And this is why you see that partnership, this connection between the P.O.C. community and the liberal community. And this is why, coincidentally, all of these attacks predominantly happen in Democratic ran places, because the Democrats and the liberals are complicit in every last one of them. This is why you see it play out in the political world. Look at Joe Biden. He's been a great president for the P.O.C. community. He's been the P.O.C. in chief. He's literally done unprecedented laws for the P.O.C. community. Ain't did one for black folks. That's why he is the P.O.C. in chief. Straight up. And what's one of those things? I'll tell you what it is. It's to create an environment of anti-black racism and allow the P.O.Cs to do all the dirty work. Yeah, we said it. We said what we said, and we gonna keep on saying that shit. And people gotta get hip to the game, but us B1s are already on it because we already called it. See, the Democrats, they gotta present an image of being friends with black folks. They gotta be the buddy slave masters. They gotta make it look like they're always down with us, they always support us. Let's invite George Floyd's family to the White House. Call Ben Crump, come on in. Let's talk about how bad the Republicans are and how good we are. In reality, they the same motherfucking snake with two different heads. Cause they gotta present an image of friends. They gotta present the image that they got our best interests in mind. They gotta present the image that they're here to promote our welfare. That's why they take a photo op every fucking weekend. Throw their arms around black folks and say, see, I like them. See, we friends, we took a big old picture. I went to the neighborhood and shot basketball with them. You know they like basketball. I ate some cornbread and some watermelon in a big old picture. You know they like that too. I danced at their church. It's all photo ops. That's all they ever do is photo ops. They got to have a picture of a soldier holding the door open for a little black girl. They got to go down to Tulsa, Oklahoma and give some speech or put on the damn African garb and kneel. They got to do all this stuff because they have to present the image of friends because it's best for business. Damn right it's best for business. It ain't out of love. They ain't taking them photo ops because they care about us. Fuck no. They doing that so they can politically get the black vote, they can socially get black labor, and they can continue to exploit us. And now they can leave all of the harming us to their P.O.C. volunteers who got their hands up like, ooh, I'll do it. I'll do it. If that puts them in good graces with the W right here in America, or that puts them in good graces with supremacist society right here in America, oh, trust me, the P.O.C. will harm us quick, fast, in a hurry. He'll sign his name right on the dotted line. It's a come up. And they don't fuck with us no how, so it's all an even exchange. The Democrats write these laws, they write these protections and these initiatives, and the P.O.C. says, thank you very much, now let me go do your dirty work. And what's that dirty work? Going after little 6-year-olds with sledgehammers. And then getting a $10,000 bond, which is a slap on the wrist. That's all it is. And there go your motherfucking race receipt right there. We just said that there's a partnership between the two groups. Oh, we don't just talk. No, we don't just throw shit at the motherfucking wall, baby. Everything we say is thorough to the motherfucking point, brass tacks. Race receipt, cash them. That's all we do, baby. Listen, we just said that there was a partnership between the two groups, right? The Democrats write the laws, the P.O.Cs protect it, all that shit, right? Well, look at the case we have right here. This guy, Ryan Lee Wynn, the culprit, he shoots this young black boy on camera, broad daylight, no debate, no dispute, harms a 6-year-old baby. And this W judge, she gave him a $10,000 bond. That ain't nothing but anti-black teamwork. Y'all want to see what tag team racism look like? Take a motherfucking picture. That's what it looked like. And that proves our motherfucking point right there. Like I said, we don't just make shit up, baby. They tell it how they want it. We tell it how it is. And that right there is an anti-black P.O.C. race soldier. Not no goddamn coalition, not no motherfucking unity, not no we can't all just get along. No, that is a fucking P.O.C. race soldier and is brought to you by Tag Team Racism in conjunction with Democratic Compliance. Bet that. And since we so motherfucking thorough over here at the Black Alpha Network, the fastest growing, most hottest, thorough motherfucking podcast on the net, let us all hear for our motherfucking self. Now, before I do that, disclaimer, listen to her. She knows she doing some shit that she wouldn't do for us. She knows she doing some shit that she ain't supposed to be doing by law. But supremacy reigns supreme, and she's upholding her anti-black P.O.C. partnership. Listen.
We see the support for such a high surety bond, but nobody's here to talk to me about it. All right, I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 cash or surety. $10,000 cash or surety. $10,000 cash or surety. Cash or surety. Cash or surety.
All right, stop. Listen. Y'all notice how she says, I hear support for such a high bond, but no one's here to talk to me about it. What the fuck you mean somebody there to talk to you about it? You the motherfucking judge, you make the call. So what she's trying to do is find a way out. She's trying to find a back door so she can give him the easiest slap on the motherfucking wrist. She know what she doing. Now, this is a completely rhetorical question because I know we all know the motherfucking answer, but I gotta say this shit for the sake of argument. If that was a black man in this guy's position, who just tried to harm and shoot a 6-year-old, which is attempted murder. Do you think the judge would try to give him the lowest bond? Or do you think the judge would say no bond at all, straight to jail? Do you think the judge will be trying to bend over backwards to let him free so he can go home at night and eat dinner? Fuck no. We all know that shit. They know that shit. They just don't give a fuck because the ends justify the means. And this is the way the game operates, particularly with these anti-black P.O.C. race soldiers. I mean, you can hear it all in the judge's voice. She's sitting there going, yeah, man, well, yeah. I mean, you can hear the broad thinking, how can I let this guy go? And she did, because supremacy will find a way. And it's to the point where the P.O.C. community are extensions of supremacy. They are paid assets, literally. They are benefactors. They can never be down, but they can be around. And they're okay with that. Perfectly fine. As long as they do that damn dirty work, they're going to keep getting these benefits. And that's how I want y'all to see it. Check me out. Feel me right now. Listen, they want this to be an exchange. They want to keep this thing going. The more benefits that you see them get, the more dirty work you're going to see them do. The more times they harm us, they attack us, and they do all these little subtleties towards us, the more benefits they will receive. And it's going to come from your Democratic Party. You know, you're going to have your Republicans who are going to play their little role and they're going to get in on it because it's an overall thing. But mostly you're going to see it from the liberal P.O.C. community. That's why they're buddy buddies. You know, that's why they sit there and bring them in. That's why they got 11 million people. He ain't bringing in 11 million people because he love them. He bringing in 11 million people because these are going to be the people who do all the things that they can't do. They're going to do all the things that they think, but they ain't acted on. You feel me? Follow me now. This is what's happening. So this is why a lot of us B1s, we've already spotted it. We've already seen it. And once you see it and you spot it, you can bob and weave. You can stick and move. You dig? You can go in there, you can put in work, and they can't touch us. We like a motherfucking hot stove. Can't touch it. Can't touch it. They may fall for it, but they can't touch us because we too strong, we too smart. You dig? So we gonna keep doing our motherfucking thing. But remember, every time you see one of these Democrats take that pen and put it to paper and start giving them these unprecedented laws and shit that have never been passed before, I'm talking about people in this country who've been here for years, us, ain't got these laws. Joe Biden literally came in on day one and was signing all types of shit for minorities. Have you ever seen any president on day one come in and do more things for the P.O.C. minority community? That's why I call him the P.O.C. in chief. Joe Biden has done just as many things for the P.O.C. community as he did for the W community. Why? Because the P.O.C. community is doing the W community's dirty work. So every time you see them make a new law, a new initiative, guarantee you that is with a wink wink, a handshake, fingers behind your back crossed. Well, I'm gonna do this for y'all now. And you know what you do. You better go after them little goddamn 6-year-olds. You better go follow Trayvon Martin home. You better go beat them up in your salons and your gas stations. You better go get them. And we'll turn our eye to it. And we'll write laws that punish them for looking at you. But we'll look away when you do something to them. That's called tag team melting pot racism. This is what happens when one group says, hey, well, I'm anti-black. The other group says, shit, we anti-black. Fuck it. Let's shake hands and get together. We'll handle each other later. But right now, let's go after them. Yeah. Tag team racism. Teaming up. You never seen this shit before, but you're seeing this shit now because this is the new wave. This is the 21st century. This is the shit that's going on. You had people like Dr. Claude Anderson that was calling this shit in the fucking 80s. He was giving you dates saying if black folks don't get their shit together by 2015, 2016, this is what's going to happen. And who was always the cornerstone in the middle of all this? It was outside groups. It was foreign groups that were coming to America. So while black folks was out here dancing, holding hands, singing a whole unity song where they were the only people there, by the way. While black folks was talking about we all are one big family and they were the only motherfuckers there, by the way. We was out here trying to force unity that don't exist. We was out here trying to force brotherhood that ain't never been there. Everybody else was saying they can dance all the fuck they want, but we coming for their spot. Race replacement. And we living in it right now. Just think about the last administration and think about this administration. The last administration was trying to get these people gone. This administration was trying to get them here. Because I said before, Donald Trump said, I'm going to go after everybody. Joe Biden said, I'm going after FBA. And I'm going to do it right in front of them. Right in front of them. Black folks have this unity issue. We're going to use that against them to bring in people that they think are their friends. And those people that they think are their friends are going to be out here running after them with sledgehammers. Are going to be out here beating up their women in gas stations, beating up their kids, beating up their people in hair salons, chasing them. And black folks are still going to be singing unity. They know that they can kumbaya black folks straight back to the plantation. Straight back to the plantation. And you see it happening now. Do not tell us that you have not seen this rise. Things change. They don't stay the same. Everything evolves. Everything affects everything. And in life, you got to be a forecaster. You got to be a prognosticator. You can't just study the past and live in the present. You got to understand how the past and the present play a role in the future. And if you cannot predict, you will fail. That is one major thing in life, the prediction, the understanding of what's around that fucking corner. If you don't understand what's around that corner and you don't have a fucking idea of what's around it, your ass is in for trouble. So when you prognosticate and you forecast, that gives you the ability to at least stand on your own and be prepared. And preparation means everything. This is what all of our great scholars have always done. This is why our scholars have given us information about the times we're living in now that they didn't even live to see. We've got scholars that died over 100 years ago that was telling us what's happening right now. Why? Because they were forecasters. Why? Because they always had their third eye working. They seen the unseen and they saw it before anyone else did. And that's what we all do right now because we got that B1 soul. And I said it a million motherfucking times. As long as you got that B1 soul in you, everything else will fall into place. It'll work out. And we all got it. You know it when you hear it. You know it when you see it. And that's what the fuck we have, baby. Certified. But as I was saying, the difference between then and now is those other groups used to come here and they would just try to fit in. They would just try to assimilate into W society, change their names, you know, put on little ties and dye their hair fucking blonde. They would do all that kind of shit. But now these groups are coming over here and they're being empowered to harm black society. They're not just here to replace us politically and to get votes. That's one small aspect of it. Now you're seeing the rise of this tag team racism in the P.O.C. race soldier. And his job is, you harm us, you get benefits. Let me say that one more time, because right here on the motherfucking Black Alpha Network, baby, we is uncut raw to the motherfucking point. Thorough though, keeping it. They are harming us and receiving benefits. That first deal that you seen, all those executive orders, that was like a person signing a record contract. It was no different than a record exec and A&R director sitting 100 floors up telling a young rapper, here's your budget, $2 million, I'll give you more money, but you know what you got to do. And they signed that goddamn contract and they went out and collected. That's why immediately after those executive orders were signed, black folks were targeted. We was under siege. There was a whole motherfucking agenda that came down on us for someone else getting a goddamn executive order. Think about that. Those executive orders had nothing to do with us. We didn't get them. We've been waiting for executive orders for 400, 500 motherfucking years. Ain't got one. The only thing that we had in association with all these executive orders was the shit came down on us. That's why immediately after he signed those things on day one, you start seeing the news coming after us. You start seeing people coming after us, groups, celebrities, everybody. You even had the coons coming out. Black folks need to be nice to everybody. Just making up shit. They was just making up shit, pulling it out the sky. Things that did not even exist. Because remember, in the system of supremacy, truth don't mean shit. The truth is what the fuck they want it to be. And they'll just make up some shit. They'll say some shit like, cornbread makes black folks get superpowers and they get angry. We'll be like, what the fuck the hell? That's why we was just minding our own goddamn business. I want everybody to just rewind to this time last year. This time last year, black folks weren't these motherfuckers who were out targeting folks and throwing fake punches at them and kicking them but completely missing and jumping out the woods on folks. Man, this shit was a non-issue. Then all of a sudden, when Joe Biden becomes president, not Trump, black folks go from just minding our own goddamn business to now we're the goddamn race predators. Now they're making us the ones who are out to get people. And the average black person out here was like, what the fuck? Because this is how fast that they can pull shit on you. They can just make something up and they're all in it together. I keep pointing out all these partnerships. Y'all keep seeing time after time and time again this connection between the Democrats and the P.O.C. community. You see clearly it's some tag team shit. Straight motherfucking tag team racism. They in this motherfucker shaking hands like this the damn WWE. Motherfuckers is coming after us. Now all of a sudden when there's a Democratic president, black folks went from the race victims and now we're the evil race culprits. The same minority groups that have always had disdain for us, now all of a sudden they say that we're out to get minorities. Black folks went from minding our own business to now we the motherfucking minority chasers. Look how the whole narrative is shifted. A narrative that didn't even exist last year. Didn't even exist. As soon as Joe Biden threw that hand up and said, Joe Biden, because you know the motherfucker take 29 years to get a sentence out. Somebody need to put his ass in a nursing home, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, after you woke up, ate breakfast, fell asleep, woke up, ate lunch, and he finally finished his inauguration, because you know he's 297 years old, all right? It'll be 297 on Wednesday. And if you listen to this on Wednesday, make sure you tell him happy birthday. All right. After his ass finally slow poked his ass through the goddamn inauguration, as soon as that shit happened, you seen all the narratives changed and they shifted directly on the black folks. And this is a guy that got 89% of the black vote because the black Democrats said he's a good master. Anybody but Trump. Vote blue no matter who. Yeah, you done voted blue no matter who, and you ain't got one law to show for it either, do you? Yeah. Got a couple butter biscuits. Matter of fact, they ain't even giving butter biscuits no more. These motherfuckers is just cooning out of habit. Because the butter biscuits are going out to the P.O.Cs. Have you noticed that? The coons ain't even getting butter biscuits no more because you're being replaced. They say, we ain't got nothing for you. We used to have y'all come in and do shit. Now they just cooning for free. It used to be at least these motherfuckers got butter biscuits. But there's no need for them no more because they got a new volunteer. They got a new group that's willing to do all the dancing for them. And they'll do this shit with pride. Damn, it's a sad day for them. Because they got all new butter biscuit receivers. They got the salsa butter biscuits and the soy sauce butter biscuits. And the goat milk butter biscuits. They got an all new butter biscuit brigade. So they won't be needing your services no more. You've been future endeavored. God damn. Boy, that shit funny. Man, y'all know I'm crazy as fuck. God damn. But that's where it's at. That's where it's at. And if you want to know if there's any connection to this tag team racism, if you want to know for real if the P.O.C. and the Democrats got their little motherfucking cahoots going, check it out. Look it out. All the motherfucking signs are there and there go all the pointers. Look at the way they're portrayed in the news. Remember how the news used to portray them as people who are coming to the country, living off the system, mooching? Remember that? Now look, it done flip-flop and they paint them as sympathetic. People who are coming here, who are just trying to make better. And what's the denominator now? Every group who comes here, they try to say that black Americans are out to get them. Now they try to paint us immediately. Soon as Joe Biden became president, they try to paint black people as the minority hater. When in reality, everyone knows that minorities have always hated us. I done seen whole news specials and articles only painting black people as out to get these other groups. Never about them coming to get us. Even though our shit is documented, okay? I done seen one talking about black folks got a riff with these people. Black folks got a riff with these people. Black folks hate Africans. I just read that today. There's always some new study talking about how the African American is this evil minority hater. And this shit is all brand new. Because this is the new fucking empower P.O.C. do the dirty work tag team racism agenda. And it's happening right motherfucking now in front of our eyes. So they can come up with their fake little footage where these refugee homeless dudes are swinging and kicking and fucking missing, looking like Cuba Gooding Jr. on Boys in the Hood where he's swinging at the fucking air in front of Nia Long. The shit is comical. The shit looks like a goddamn Hollywood movie set. But the things that we got on them and the shit that they've thrown towards us is real. Latasha Harlings was real, and that happened 30 motherfucking years ago. That young girl is gone, and she's not coming back. Trayvon Martin is gone, not coming back. Akai Gurley gone, not coming back. What they got? Some funny, sketchy ass videos with dudes dressed up like the 1960s, throwing punches that ain't landing. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. FBA ain't nothing to fuck with. Nothing. B1. So let me pull out the biggest motherfucking race receipt right now. If you want to know why everything we saying is true, you want to see the biggest point, I got a receipt for you right here. Look at the way the narrative has changed. Look at how these other groups are being perceived now. Look how they're being seen as the victims and they're trying to make us the culprits. Look at all that shit. Look at the whole anti-black smear campaign and look at the whole narrative change. There's only one way that this could go on, and that is from news media. If the news is telling you who's good and who's bad, the person they saying is bad is really good and the person they saying is good is really bad. That key point right motherfucking there shows you that all of a sudden these minorities are good folks now and black folks are the minority haters. That right there tells you the agenda in plain sight, and it's the same agenda that us B1s have been calling out for years, and it's in full motherfucking effect. I mean, look at it. Why do you think the Kobe Daniels situation is all blacked out and you can't find it nowhere but black media? Why do you think every time a black person sneezes at a minority, that makes headline coverage? But every time a minority shoots a black person, they don't say a word. You think it got like that on accident? You think it got like that by mistake? No, supremacy don't do that. Supremacy got a rhyme and a reason for everything. And the reason is because that's their agenda. To replace us, and replace us by having their proxies do their dirty work. Something we've been talking about completely on today's broadcast. And we're going to keep talking about it, and we're going to keep bringing it to light, and we're going to keep putting that B1 style on it, because that's what the fuck we do. So let's go through some things. Let's look at the news. I'm going to go through some quick headlines, because listen, this the Black Alpha Network. Smash that subscribe button, bang them notifications, because we coming, we pushing that straight line, and we catching fire right now. Hot summer, and we hot right along with it. We all a part of something real big, because this network right here is about to be massive. So we're going to go through some headlines, and we're going to look at everything that's in the news right now, and then we're going to look at where this story is being covered. And the thing that you're going to see is that the only people who cover this story is black media, and the national media don't say nothing. I mean, they're talking about the fucking dog show and things that make no sense. I'm talking about completely irrelevant things are making higher headlines than this. But let a black person trip over their shoes and fall into somebody. That shit's gonna be breaking news at 11. Dun 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 dun. Black folks hate everybody. Yeah, we're gonna call out the bullshit though, baby. Let's get it right now. Check it out. All right, here we go. Y'all know this the only fucking podcast in the whole world where you gonna get this right here. The only ones. Shit. We do what we want to do. We go where everybody else is scared to go. Fearless. Shit. Hey, our ancestors didn't die for us to be out here half-stepping and tiptoeing, baby. You're gonna be free. We're gonna be free. All right, this is CNN.com. You ain't gonna hear nothing about the story at all. Check it out. Biden offers warning to fellow leaders before G7 summit. All right, nothing. Morgan Freeman and Professor donate $1 million to college policing programs. Dad left 80,000 pennies for child support. Harvard Bond student donates her $40,000 scholarship. I can't stop starting. Internet reacts to actress transformation for role. But the shit ain't got nothing to do with anything. Hey, I'm just cutting it off the cuff. New details about Donald Trump's photo op. They still talking about Donald Trump. Man, get the fuck out of here. That was CNN. All right, let's go to ABC News. All right. What's the latest on the infrastructure negotiations? Nothing. TSA warns of staffing shortages at airports? Nothing. AG defends backing Trump in defamation case? Nothing again. Donald Trump, we got more Donald Trump. These motherfuckers still talking about Donald Trump. All right, next one. I mean, literally on here, they're talking about the fucking dog show. God damn. The dog show, really? All right, next one. NBC. Biden arrives in UK to press message. Nothing. Ex-White House counsel was worried Trump's hand. Motherfuckers still talking about Donald Trump. Still talking about it. Keystone Pipeline project officially terminated. See, that's another tangible that Joe Biden gave to outside groups that aren't black. More and more and more. El Chapo fucking and some Arkansas fucking Karen motherfucker. Man, listen, nothing. You don't see shit about it. Now, mind you, these are all the same publications that was running all that angry black folk shit, that was sitting here painting black folks as the culprits behind these crimes. So you see, straight to the fucking point, race receipt, because that's what we do over here. We stay handing them out every motherfucking time. This is another race receipt. You see how the same publications that were quick to put on headline news, front page, how bad black folks were, and were painting us as the minority haters. And now when I look to see what happens to a young 6-year-old who was shot, they don't say shit then, because that's what they do. If it's bad for black folks, put it high on the news. If it's something that happened to black folks, don't say shit about it. That's what we said in the beginning. Now, let's look at the people who covered this. And you're going to see these are just regular folks. Just regular news organizations. I mean, like motherfuckers in their basements and shit. Newsgroup.hub. Man shoots 6-year-old black boy, allegedly. They put allegedly on there, right? Motherfucker, we seen the footage, all right? Regular folks. The OnyxTruth.com. Guy gets $10,000 bond after shooting 6-year-old black child. Regular. Viral Mula. They cover the story. They said the guy claimed self-defense. These motherfuckers is out here claiming self-defense against a 6-year-old. A grown-ass man with a gun shoots a 6-year-old and he's claiming self-defense. I guess that goes for the same person who shot a black man for holding a Subway sandwich. This is where we are. Hello, America. Man charged with shooting 6-year-old black child. That's from Reddit.com. All right. Man shoots 6-year-old black boy over a bike. This is from GatorCounty.com. Gator fucking County. This is what we're talking about. These are the people who are covering this. It might as well just be Jerome and Marquita.com. I mean, GatorSwamp.com is covering this story more than ABC, NBC, and CNN all put together. What does that tell you? I'll tell you exactly what it means. It means that only true media, particularly black media, give a fuck about this story because it's painting black folks in a light that they don't want to be shown. And the fact that they want to have another group propped up lets you know that they got some funny style shit going on. When the fuck is supremacy ever want to prop up another group? Unless them and that other group are working in agreement. And that is what's going on right now. And that brings us full circle on today's Black AlphaCast. This shows you that white supremacist society no longer is just trying to replace black folks politically. They're trying to use P.O.Cs as a proxy to do all the dirty work, which means harming us. That's why every time you see a P.O.C. or a minority involved in any situation with us, you know damn well they're going to be propped up and we're going to be downplayed. And you've seen it right here. Race receipt. They love playing the lackeys and the flunkies for W society. They love it with a passion. Every time they come to America, the first thing they do is try to seek out the W's and snuggle up next to them and try to get brownie points. And the best way they try to get brownie points is to come after us. They love it. This is the cahoots that we speak of. And now it's getting played out on a bigger level where to get their brownie points, they willing to bust for it. They willing to come hard after us to get them now. Not just to replace us politically and say bad shit about us. No, they're trying to get serious with it. That's what's going on now. Look at the George Floyd situation. Look at it. Look at that minority. That guy sitting right next to all the cops, side by side, right with him. It literally looked like somebody who was holding him up. It looked like somebody who was holding his nuts for him. That's what they want to do. Every time you see a situation, there's always one of them. Y'all ever notice this? Every time you see a bunch of W race soldiers, there's always the token minority sprinkled in. You got supremacist groups, and then you always have minorities in their groups. Straight up, because they want brownie points. That's how they get their brownie points. They want to snuggle up next to them and come down on us. And that's the new hustle. The new hustle in America is for minority groups to take benefits that belong to black folks and then blame black folks for their problems. That's what it is. Now minorities feel that black folks oppress them. That's what it's been ever since Joe Biden got elected. It's now all the minority groups, they blame black people for all their issues. But then they come with their hands out when it's time to collect laws that belong to black folks. That's the new game. That's what it is, and we see it. So when you see them supremacist groups and they got the minority sprinkled in them, or you see these 5-0 and they sitting there protecting the W supremacists, that lets you know they working as a team, just like we said. And if you want to hear something else we said that further proves our point, that the P.O.C. Democrat connection, their double tag team anti-black racism is in full swing, here's the best example. Look who the vice president is, and look who the first black president was. Both of them come from a P.O.C. group. The Democrats have never presented to us an FBA or an ADOS. Never. But what they have presented to us are two P.O.C.s. You have a P.O.C. sitting as a vice president. In rewind time, you had a P.O.C. as the president. And what's right in between both of them? Jimmy Crow Joe. So you see right then and there, point blank, period, uncut, straight playing, the team between the P.O.C.s and the Democrats. So everybody been walking around thinking that the black Democrats and giving them 89% of your votes meant something? Nah, the Democrats, they're not a black party. The Democrats are a P.O.C. against black party. And you can start just by looking who the vice president and the ex-president were, P.O.C.s. And here's something that we said as soon as it happened. Here's something that we called as soon as the shit went down. B1s called it, Certifieds called it, the whole FBA team said it. Is that those executive orders and all those protections other people were getting? Nah, it wasn't just about protecting them. It was giving them a green light to come after us. That's why if you read the language, you look at the fine detail, you check it all out, you'll see that shit is green light, green light, green light, anti-black. Nah, go play basketball, baby, because you can't play an FBA. We got this shit mapped out, because that's what we do. B1 Brigade. Stay regulating. So as we bring this point all the way to the surface, we're going to keep our eyes on it. We're going to stay locked in, zoned in, and focused, because now we know about it. And once you know about it, you know how to handle it. And once you know how to handle it, you put it into work. And that's what we specialize in the B1 Society, Certified Blackness, FBA, for life. So I want to leave y'all with this, and this is the biggest thing of all. We already broke it down. We already understand what we up against. What my man Kaba say, this who you dealing with. And since we know who we dealing with, all of them, I'm talking about the P.O.C., the proxy, Joe Biden, the Democrats, all of that, these Democratic ran cities. Since we know how to deal with them, and since we know who we dealing with, Let's talk about something that's very, very powerful. And you know, we always got to end it on some strong shit. Because remember, no matter what they throw at us, the final motherfucking line is that we are B1, we are certified black, and we the strongest motherfuckers walking. Don't nobody stomp like us. Ain't nobody stepping like us, because we some big steppers. And they know that, we know that, so let's keep pushing this to liberation. But I want to play you a clip. Yeah, I'm going to play you a clip of this whole situation. And out of everything that happened, I'm talking about all the dirt that's being thrown, all these little games, all these little agendas, everything that they're trying to come at us with. There's one diamond that shined through all of this. Repeat, listen to me, hear me out very, very, very clear. There's one diamond that shined through all of this. A lot of times in these cases, they end up unjustly knocking off our young people. They end up unjustly knocking off all of us. But there was a young man in all of this, and he showed some strength that I ain't seen some of these grown ass people show. I see a lot of grown folks on TV. Oh no, Lord, please don't do it. Oh, call Ben Crump on the phone. Let me get a settlement check. I forgive. We gonna go pray. Hallelujah. Mr. Massa, I forgive the killer. Where the dollars at? Nah, I ain't see that. What I did end up seeing is this young, handsome brother, and he stood his ground, and he's already a black alpha. Already a black alpha prince on his way to one day becoming a black alpha king. And in this 500-year anti-black war, this deep, long struggle that we've all suffered in, he's already felt what it's like to take a shot for being black. And he took it. And he didn't fold. He didn't break. He stood back up and he jumped on his bike and kept it moving. And that's the shit I love to see. So let's listen to this young black prince so we can hear some of that soul that we all got in us even at a young age from day one. Run it back.
His son Kobe.
He tried to hit me with a sledgehammer, but that's not gonna work because I'm too fast.
So then what did he do?
Got a gun. Boom. Shot me right here.
It's all on video, Saturday afternoon on...
Shit, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that style? Y'all hear that confidence, that pride? He said, man, shit, you know, he tried to hit me with a motherfucking sledgehammer, but I'm too goddamn fast for that. He had to pull out a gun and boom. But shit, I'm good. I'm back rolling again. He said he tried to use a sledgehammer, but that wouldn't work. Hey, call it what it is. So you see that B1 soul is in us at a young age. He already talk. He sound like Muhammad Ali. He out there talking about, I'm fast. You can't catch me. I'm pretty. So this dude put out a sledgehammer and busted a shot at a 6-year-old, and the 6-year-old still standing, and this guy's hiding. What does that tell you? I tell you what it tells everybody. It says that if you woke up black today, you winning. And what's the best part about waking up black? It's another motherfucking day to go out and be excellent. And that's what we are. And this is the home of excellence, the Black Alpha Network. I love y'all. Stay safe out there. It was good breaking things down. We'll be back again. It's a certified summer, and I'm sending all of you guys good vibes, positive energy, and may we walk with that aura around us, that aura that they can't fuck with. I see you, Kobe. Respect, young brother. One love. This Black Alpha 6, black is beautiful, and beautiful is black.